What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Rank Everything, the show where we rank everything. I'm your host, Ryan, and today we are back again, continuing our ranking of ranking video games by which ones would teach a caveman the most about modern society. So as a reminder, here are our tiers. Caveman goes back to hunting mammoths here at the bottom. Then we have Caveman is confused but entertained. Caveman sees how important violence is. Caveman invents Wi-Fi, and Caveman becomes new Amazon CEO. Alrighty. We're gonna do these top 3 rows. Our last game for today is gonna be Undertale. Remember that. First up, we've got Captain Toad Treasure Trackers. This is just that funny, it's the one where you play as Toad and you do I never played it because I don't play a lot of Nintendo games, but it was the one where you play as Toad on a mining expedition is basically how you can think of it. But this one, I'm going to say that the caveman is confused but entertained. Then Forza Horizon 2, which is just a racing game, and I don't know because I want to put this one in the confused but entertained because a caveman has no concept of what a vehicle is. They don't know what a car is. I don't know if they were riding. I don't know what kind of animals cavemen would have rode thousands of years ago. But I'm going to say he's confused but entertained. Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm currently playing through Dragon Age Inquisition on the Patreon. The link will be in the description. It's $1 a month. But Dragon Age Inquisition is a fucking amazing game. And it's definitely going to go in the violence category at least. But the thing about... Because, there's also good stuff in here, what happens to the world when a crazy person makes a strong attempt to, seize power. How do other regular people react to that? What lengths do they go to stop it? That kind of thing. There's other stuff in there, but I think we're just going to put it in the violence category for now. There's nothing jumping out at me, even though I love Dragon Age Inquisition. Far Cry 4 is going to be another violence situation. Far Cry 4 is a good example of, because the whole thing is that, you just come to this country and you get swept up into this thing because of who you are and the time period and other stuff like that. And you just change the future for all these people for however many years to come. But, there's a lot of killing. There's a lot of stuff like that. Sims 4, I think I don't know. I want to put it in the entertained category, but it's The Sims is very much a game that you watch as much as you play, if not more than as much as you play. And so, I don't know if he would be super interested in something like The Sims. It might be good to teach him, the way that, typical home life stuff works. Be okay, people, they live in a house. They, the husband and the wife or whoever, they go work every day. They'll have a kid at some point and go on vacation. They'll just they'll live regular life. I think he will be confused but entertained. Okay, so this one, for those who don't know, when you go into Google, if your internet is down and it says, oh, no internet, and it shows this dinosaur figure, yeah, that screen is a game you can play. It's where you run along and you jump over stuff and you get points. Yeah, it's a game you can play. Very little known fact. Learned that from Markiplier. So shout outs to him. Definitely confused but entertained. I don't know if he would attack the computer once he saw the dinosaur. I don't know what that's that's some sleeper cell stuff for him. Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. It is the Lego Batman game, and the Lego Batman games are silly, because it's Lego and it's made for kids, and it's not going to have a lot of those really intense adult themes. So I think we're gonna put him in the violence category because the game is. I don't think he would be. Okay, I can't say whether or not he would be confused by it, but yes. Evil Within, the first one, fucking great game, really really good horror game, and it doesn't have a lot of. It's got some crazy. It's got really good visuals. It's a super scary game. It doesn't have a lot of really. Yeah, I'm not enough of an expert to try and talk about it, but I know that there's more than just what the game shows. There's a lot of like context clues if you really pay attention to the cutscenes, and there's lore and other stuff like that. I've played the second one. I watched Markiplier play the first one. But he definitely there's plenty of violence. He's definitely gonna be enriched in that. Bayonetta, this looks like Bayonetta 2. I think that's a 2. He's definitely gonna like this one. Plenty of fighting and killing in Bayonetta, getting almost completely naked multiple times. Subnautica, he's gonna be confused but entertained. Like, the game will probably be boring to him at first because he's like, what is this? Some fucking ocean exploration game? And then he's going to see the giant monsters that live under the water. And then he's going to be like, oh, yeah. So we're going to put that one in confused but entertained. Cities, Skylines, I don't think he's going to like this one. I think it's literally just like a city building game. And unless it might teach him some things about the way that, like, it's like a Sims situation, probably, where, like, it's going to teach him some sort of fundamental things about modern society, but it stops there. It's not going to give him any other kind of enrichment. It's not going to teach him, how things really are. Nothing. We're not getting that. Crossy Road. Definitely confused, but entertained. Lisa, I have never heard of this game, so I don't know what it's about. But based on this cover, it looks like it's like an adventure game of some sort, so I think he's gonna be confused but entertained. Dragon Ball Z, is that? I can't tell which version this one is, but if it's a Dragon Ball game, definitely gonna be in the violence category. The Escapists is the Escapist isn't violent. I'm not even sure. Actually, I haven't played Escapists a lot. I played the Escapists 2 with my friends one time, and I don't even remember if there was fighting. I know there was just like, you just do everything you might do if you were in prison. You work out, take a shower, do a job, sleep, and then the whole point is that you're slowly developing this plan of escaping. It's a really fun, interesting concept. It was actually pretty fun when we played it. But I guess I'm not going to put it in the violence category. But I mean, like, this would really instill some, like, serious, like, problem-solving skills in this caveman, maybe. So, I mean, I don't think it's good enough to go in the Wi-Fi category. We're gonna say he's confused but entertained, because he has no concept of what prison is. Tekken 7, this is a Dragon Ball situation. The fighting game, you just beat the shit out of each other, and that's that. Ori and the Blind Forest, I think that's what that is. Because didn't we already do Will of the Wisps? Let's see if I can find it in here. I don't know. Currently, I'm playing their latest game, No Rest for the Wicked, which is a Souls-like. If you like Souls-like games, I would 1,000,000% recommend that one. It's very fun. Ori and the Blind Forest, though, I never played it. I think it's a platformer, and I'm sure it's got an incredible story. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna put it in Invent's Wi-Fi. That shit's gonna change his life. Tales from the Borderlands, the original, or the first season. Really good, very funny, but he's not gonna understand any of it. So we're gonna put him in confused but entertained. Is this a Mario Party game? I cannot read that title. I'm gonna assume it's a Mario Party game, and we're gonna put it in the confused category. Yakuza 0 is what it looks like. If it's a Yakuza game, I mean, if it's... Okay, let's be real for a second. Almost all of the Yakuza games are basically the same game. Like, it's just, you play as Kiryu and you go do stuff. I mean, like, I think the overall main story changes, but, like, you can always do new stuff. But also, like, the same... Yakuza 0 is definitely going to go in the violence category because you beat the shit out of people a lot in that game. But there's so much other cool stuff that you can do. I'm going to put Yakuza in the Wi-Fi category, actually. It's 2 Wi-Fis in a row. This is a record. Resident Evil Revelations 2. Definitely violence at bare minimum. But, yeah, violence bare minimum. I don't know enough about Revelations to determine whether or not it can go in the Wi-Fi category or not. But Honey Pop... He gonna be entertained. I tell you that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what cavemen may have been doing to pleasure themselves back then. like on an individual basis. I don't know. Pokemon, is that Omega Red? I can't see it. It's too small. But Pokemon game, it's gonna be in the violence. No, it's gonna be in the violence category. Yeah, in violence category, just because the whole basis of the game, the draw of the game is that you collect and fight with your Pokemon. Little Big Planet 3, mostly puzzle game, but I don't remember. I never played Little Big Planet 3, so I don't know if they added something else to it. But the Little Big Planet games were always puzzle games. At least the first two were, and so. I mean, yeah, this is just confused but entertained kind of thing. Hotline Miami 2 is Hotline Miami. No, I'm thinking of a different game. Hotline Miami definitely going to go in the violence category. Dying Light is a very eye-opening kind of game. This one's going to go in one of the top two. So Dying Light, I mean, you work for this organization who just wants to get into this area, do some research about this like crime lord that's there. And then Crane, who is the main character, Kyle Crane, who's the main character of the first game, they just want him to get the information and get out. But then as Crane is there, he becomes a part of the community. He discovers people's needs, all that other stuff. And it's a really good game. And it's so much better than the second one. Like, I feel like they really dropped the ball on the second one somehow. Because the second game's not bad, but it's one of those things where just like, I don't know. They struck gold with the first game. This is very much like a lightning in a bottle kind of situation for the second game. All I can say is, I mean, it's super violent, very like typical. I'm not gonna say typical. It's like the next step in zombie games, where like you play as a dude, you go around, you fight zombies, and you get cool stuff. Like, instead, Dying Light was like, because it was made by the same company that made Dead Island, and it was or the original Dead Island. I don't know if a different company made the second Dead Island, but it was just Dying Light was different because they introduced parkour, and it had a much more, I'm gonna say, gripping story. Because it wasn't about escaping. It was about, just. It's just thing that's changed. I think if the Caveman plays this game and he just understands, we're looking at Wi-Fi bare minimum. Five Nights at Freddy's 3, he's gonna be confused. I'm just gonna say that. Lego Jurassic World is another silly Lego game. We're gonna put that in. Yeah, confused but entertained. Ultra Despair Girls. I don't know anything about this game, but if it's a Danganronpa game, obviously, and if that's the case, it's probably another visual novel, and the Caveman is not gonna like that shit. I tell you, anything that's just gonna involve him just sitting there and reading and RPing to himself or whoever else is in the room, no, that's not gonna fucking work. Batman, is that? I don't. Which cover is this? Is this Arkham Asylum? Which one? I don't know which one of the Arkham games this is. I think it's Asylum because of the color of the logo. Because I always remember Asylum because Asylum, the Asylum, the Arkham Asylum logo was more yellow. That's always how I have tended to remember it. So I'm just gonna say that this one is Arkham Asylum because I can't really fucking tell. Definitely violence category, at least. And Arkham Asylum is such a. Yeah, we're going to put Arkham Asylum in the violence category. Something like Arkham Knight is probably going to go in like the Wi-Fi category just because it's not that it teaches him things about society, but it's just such a gripping, it's such a great game. It's such a great game. Fallout Shelter is just a base building game, so it's like similar to Skylines or Sims. He would like it. I think he would be confused but entertained. I'm going to put it up there. The Xenoblade Chronicles, I unfortunately have never played any of these because these have all been like Nintendo exclusives. At least the ones I've heard of. Because I wanted to get this one specifically, and I needed like a fucking Switch or a Wii U, and we don't own one of those, and didn't have the money to buy one. And so, Xenoblade Chronicles X, I mean, definitely like a fighting game. We're definitely going to put this in the violence category. aside from that, I can't tell you what anything of the story is like, or what the world is like, or nothing. Bloodborne. So Bloodborne, or with any of the Souls games, I think I already put, there's Elden Ring in the violence category. I mean, it's like I said with something like Elden Ring, there is a story, and it's somewhere in there, and it's all around you, but you gotta make really strong effort to try to understand it and piece it together and make it coherent, and there are plenty of lore videos on YouTube that solve that exact problem. Bloodborne has a really good story. I know it does. I mean, I'm a cosmic horror guy. I love cosmic horror things. But I don't know. It's one of those things where all of the Soulsborne games are, as far as the story and the lore goes, it's not that it's confusing. It's just the Caveman is not going to go out of his way to try to figure out he's not going to learn anything about the story, at least not on a single playthrough. Like, it's one of those games where you have to go through it. It's one of those games where you have to go through it multiple times to really sort of begin to get a handle on what the story is. But he's just going to play it for probably the fighting. And it's a great game. It's a great game. Definitely going to go in the violence category. Mad Max, we're going to put this one in the violence category. It's got a good story, and it'll teach the Caveman about things like, after, like it's another post-apocalyptic thing, and how does humanity continue on after the world has ended? What kind of factions do they split into? What happens to people? That kind of thing. I think, he'll probably like that game. Metal Gear Solid 5, he's going to be confused and entertained. Guys, I think, I don't know enough about the Metal Gear games. I haven't played a lot of them. Yoshi's Woolly World. I don't know anything about this one. I at least knew about the Toad game. For this one, gosh, it looks like it's like the next version of like Yoshi's Island, where you just play as Yoshi and you go on this adventure. I'd say he's definitely got to be confused but entertained. Witcher 3, definitely the best game in the series. That's what I heard, and that's what I think. I mean, it's one of those games where like it's just everything about it is great. Like, this is another struck gold kind of game where the combat is fun and fluid. The exploration feels nice. It's got a good story that is gripping, that I can sink my teeth into. The stakes feel real. Other stuff like that. There's characters that are getting introduced. That sort of thing. And so, we're gonna put this in the violence category because I don't think it's enough. Because it doesn't teach you about modern society, right? It's fantasy world. So, Mortal Kombat X is just a classic kill each other kind of game. Another Pokemon game. I can't read. What does that say? Mystery Dungeon. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Yeah, I don't even fucking know. Skylanders. Right, but that's it. Yeah, that's another confused one. Mario Maker. So Mario Maker, if it's him playing levels, he might have fun until he finally gets one that's just really hard and frustrating for no reason because people just can't stop themselves from doing shit like that. If it's one of the ones where if it's like an auto level where the game plays itself, he definitely probably would enjoy that for who knows how long. And it would be fun for him, and it would be fun for us to watch him watch it. I think so. He's going to be confused and entertained. And then finally, for this video, we have Undertale. So Undertale is an interesting one because Undertale, what Toby Fox did with Undertale, he could totally flip like the RPG genre on its head, and this idea that, just because you're told that you can fight doesn't mean you should, and you can play the whole game without ever throwing a single attack out, and it's awesome. It's a great game. Very overplayed, very over talked about, I think. It definitely. Now that Deltarune, did I already rank Deltarune? I don't know if I did or not. I probably did. Yeah, there's Deltarune, yeah. Undertale's probably going to go in the same is probably Undertale is at least on the same level as Deltarune, because Undertale came first and it's the one that like set the groundwork, and Undertale had so much love put into it, and it's just a very charming game that teaches you about like connection and loss and letting go, and it teaches you all these. It's a very good game to teach, to give someone like sort of not a first-hand experience, but the closest they can get to a first-hand experience of some of those things. And, you know, like who to trust, who not, that kind of stuff. Undertale's a very good game, honestly. For being completely honest, very good game. That is going to do it for this edition of this series. This is what our ranking looks like so far. We will be back at some point with the next edition. But if you all enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Means everything to me whenever you all subscribe to the channel. Watch videos all the way through. Very helpful for the growth of the channel. Leave a like on this video so YouTube will recommend this video more to others. It helps the video get further out there. There is a Patreon for this channel. It costs $1 a month for you to get an extra video of some sort every Sunday. Like I said, we're playing through the Dragon Age. We're playing through Dragon Age Inquisition over there right now. We're having a good time. And there's just millions of other things that are going to be certainly coming at some point, just like me. And then finally, leave a comment down below letting me know what ranking you want to see in the future. It can be anything. The channel is called Rank Everything. Once again, thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good one.